This is the Unawarded Black Podcast with your host, Jay Watts. Hey, while you're watching the video, comment, like, and subscribe. Okay. Starbucks bans employees from wearing anything in support of Black Lives Matter. An internal memo sent to Starbucks employees last week specifically warned staffers against wearing accessories or clothes bearing messages in support of Black Lives Matter. The memo reminds staffers that such messages are prohibited under the company's policy against accessories that advocate a political, religious, or personal issues. Numerous employees told a news outlet, however, the company regularly allows or encourages employees to wear pins in support of the LGBTQ equality, especially during Pride Month every June. And so we see what we got right here. Let's see, a video from a top company executive reportedly sent with the memo warned employees that agitators who misconstrue the fundamental principles of the movement could seek to amplify divisiveness as the messages are displayed in stores. We know your intent is genuine and understand how personal this is for so many of you. This is important and we hear you. The memo reads. A company spokesperson confirmed the memo's authenticity and said that such messages are prohibited to create a safe and welcoming environment at Starbucks locations. I ain't even gonna read the rest of this mess. Where do we go here? Okay. Next, I'm gonna play the Nascar. What happened with NASCAR, and then we'll get to my comments.
NASCAR on Wednesday announced they would ban the presence of the Confederate flag at all of its racing events and properties going forward. In a statement, NASCAR said, quote, "The presence of the Confederate flag at NASCAR events runs contrary to our commitment to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment for all fans, our competitors, and our industry." This decision comes the same day U.S. President Donald Trump refused to rename military bases named after Confederate commanders, saying on Twitter, quote, "These monumental and very powerful bases have become part of a great American heritage." NASCAR becomes the latest sports organization to respond to nationwide protests over the treatment of black people in America following the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minneapolis who died following a knee to the neck by a police officer that was caught on tape.
Now, to think about this, you got to say, what bizarro world do we live in when Starbucks wants to limit Black Lives Matter from their stores? And NASCAR is alienating their biggest fan, the Confederates. Come on. Can you really believe this? This is NASCAR. NASCAR! NASCAR! Now to Ray Ciccarelli, the racer who has recently quit. He is in the truck series, the NASCAR truck series. He owns his racing company. He owns that. So the trucks and everything is his own. And apparently he's been waiting for a few years and hasn't won a race. He's pretty far down the line. So Ray Ciccarelli says in his statement, he says, "I could care less about the Confederate flag, but there are people that do. And it doesn't make them a racist. All you are doing is effing one group to cater to another. And I ain't spending the money we are to participate in any political BS. So everything is for sale. Okay, so he went on to delete that. Okay, now to what I gotta say. I'm gonna keep this pretty short. So Starbucks has banned employees from wearing Black Lives Matter while they continue to let them wear LGBTQ apparel, especially said during Pride Month. So they don't want to offend people, but I don't understand. Okay, I understand. You could be gay or lesbian, anything, but the thing is, wouldn't it be important to say that some people are offended by LGBTQ? I'm just saying. There are groups that are offended by it. Just like there are groups apparently that are offended by Black Lives Matter because maybe they don't feel that Black Lives Matter. Starbucks cares about their money. That's what they care about. But hold on, which is so crazy when I go back and I say, NASCAR has banned the Confederate flag, which is at every NASCAR event. I don't even know what to even say. But you know what? Maybe this is a good thing. Growing up, I watched all sports, so at a point I might even watch NASCAR. Especially after watching the movie Days of Thunder, I think that's what it's called. And I was like, I'm really a race car fan. It's like, and then I watched it on TV, I said, I sure can't go out there and help in my life. Because the Confederate flag is as attached to NASCAR as anything else, as the American flag itself. You see NASCAR flag, American flag, Dale Earnhardt flag. These are the three things that are synonymous with NASCAR. And the thing, at the point, they even called one racer, I think they said Jeff Gordon, they called him a Yankee. Just think about that. They called a white man a Yankee. I was about to say, what kind of world are we living in when NASCAR can put a ban on probably one of the most important things to do with NASCAR, and Starbucks decides that they want to make sure it's a safe space for everyone. In my opinion, I think NASCAR has taken the step to say we want to make NASCAR a safe space for everyone, and Starbucks is saying we want to make this a place where we can always make sure we can make some money, no matter how you feel. Personally, I work at a company that, without saying where I work at, but we did have people that have Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe mask. And I do know that my company has said we support Black Lives Matter. So they didn't make any big point, even though they usually say, don't pitch your political messages or something out there. But at this point they said, you know what, this is important. And I commend them for it. And to Starbucks, shame on Starbucks. I like Starbucks. I like a caramel macchiato. I like a chai tea latte. I like a strawberry and cream frappuccino. But you know what? I found another place to go to. Well, anyway, that has been my time today. This is the Unawarded Black Podcast with your host, Jay Watts. Like, subscribe, follow my anchor, comments. Just hit me up. All right, I'm out. Catch you later.